Hey everyone, it's Drew Kuhlmann. So I wanted to go ahead and kind of set you up on what this video is going to be. I'm having a host on named Jen Robertson, and she's a photographer that is great at making people feel more comfortable in front of the camera. So she is known for, creating confident poses, power postures, things just to kind of get that energy going. Now, for me, I probably should be sitting with her because the idea of getting my picture taken is usually up there with going to the dentist sometimes. So if you see pictures of me, I'm usually with my boy Matthew just because I'm in the moment more than I am thinking about the photographs. So, of course, if you love her, you just go ahead and reach out to her after the video. If you have any questions, if you want to schedule any kind of photo shoots with her, just reach out to her. I would appreciate it if you let her know that, you found her through this video, just so that that's a, hey, you know what, thanks for being my guest, and it gained some exposure for you. But anyways, Jen Robertson is about to join me, and we will be right back with her. Have a great day. Bye. Hey, Jen, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Drew?
I'm doing good. Hey, thanks for joining us. I wanted you to just kind of give us a little bit about yourself so others who watch this can know more about you.
Sure. So I am a portrait photographer based out of Columbia, South Carolina. I work with business owners, real estate agents to create images that sell for them and create a return on investment so that they are making an awesome first impression with their potential customers, especially right now, since basically everything is online and a lot of your first impressions and first contacts with people are now online. So that is what I do. I help people that are not like comfortable in front of a camera to be comfortable and to really come out of their shell and actually people that don't love the camera or hide from the camera are definitely my specialties. So
excellent. Can you share some of the stories and maybe some tips for us on how to get more comfortable in front of the camera?
Yeah. So we were talking the other day about like how to kind of show up in your business, and essentially, there's this concept of contagious emotions, and so maybe if you can think about a time where you were in a room of people, and then somebody else came in. And maybe that person was magical and they come in and they light up the room, and it goes from this person to all of a sudden everybody in the room is happy because a new person came in who is just magical. Now, on the flip side, we've also been in a room where things were going well and a grouchy person comes in, and in 5 minutes the whole air has changed because emotions are contagious. We can transfer our emotions to others, and I'm sure you've seen that in your daily life as that's going through.
Oh yeah, and I've actually been able to see that on video a lot lately. I just did a Tony Robbins event where it was all interactive, and the speakers were able to pass on so much emotion. There was one lady who, I swear, she made 7,000 people cry. She was the one who had It Cosmetics and ended up selling it for 1.2 billion to L'Oreal in the event if they made her the CEO. And
Okay.
she was just phenomenal. And I tell you, 7,000 people were pretty much, they would switch people and they'd all be crying. And, everyone, it was pretty cool. We have these, so like 7,000 people doing that after she speaks. So you definitely can even portray emotion even on video.
Oh, absolutely. And it's interesting because a lot of it comes down to like micro expressions and like it's subconscious. Like as we're looking at people, we can tell if they're nervous, we can tell if they're confident, we can, and that confidence actually goes through the camera into cyberspace and into the other viewers. So it's really important to be aware of that as we are putting ourselves out there, and knowing, okay, I have to, within myself, create feelings of confidence, because if I want my prospect, my buyer, to feel comfortable with me, then I need to be comfortable. If I want them to feel confident that I'm going to do a good job for them, I need to be confident and do it, like, be aware that I can do a good job, that I personally have what it takes. Now, what's really interesting is, and I see it all the time as a portrait photographer, is so many times people are much more competent than they feel like. We all struggle with imposter syndrome, like, why am I here? What should we, and that can really create this barrier in us getting out there and putting our stuff in front of the world. Because and we're all about, okay, am I enough? Am I doing enough? Am I good enough? Am I pretty enough? Am I enough in all of these things? And what we really need to do is we have to shift our energy to an energy of service. And I'm not even talking like woo woo energy, anything. I'm talking about your actual body language and mindset. And so I need to be in a mindset of, how can I serve my audience? And when I am in that mindset, my body language tells the people on the other side of the screen that I'm here to serve you. And people react, like, if you have someone who's saying to you, I want to serve you, you're like, heck yeah, let's do this. You can serve me all day. Because we're all interested in, how can we make more money? How can we grow our business? And when someone's truly interested in you, instead of being in this place of desperation, that's super attractive. So a lot of what I do is I coach people in the actual physical postures and poses that create that. Because there's kind of this thing of, it's a light switch that you have to turn on and say, I'm here to serve, and making that mindset shift. And there are actually things that we can do for ourselves that will cue that. For instance, I have what's called a power pose. And literally, if you think of Superman, it's a very wide posture. And so have hands on your hips. For women, maybe popping the hip out and like kind of looking up. And as stupid as it feels, if you stand like Superman, guys for Superman, girls, popping the hip out for 2 minutes, it tells your body, I am confident, I am competent, and I am capable. And so even in our, like, when we don't feel it, we can create those emotions in ourselves, which also create an attitude of service, and then transfers through the camera into cyberspace, into the world, and they can see, oh, this girl knows what she's talking about. This guy knows what he's talking about. He's here to serve me. I want to work with him. And so it's really interesting the way just even simple posture shifts can really create that in someone, and create those emotions, so that, like, I never want to, you'll never hear me say fake it till you make it. Because if you're faking it, you are being an imposter, period.
Yep.
I say show up and you'll go up.
Okay.
And so that way you come in and go, no, this is what I am. I am serving. I am creating. I am bringing value to the world. And I have no shame in receiving money.
Right.
So I don't need to discount my services. I don't need to act out of a place of desperation. Even if, hey, maybe my bills need to get paid. Like, we can take all of this stuff and all this stress of, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough listings coming in. We can compartmentalize all that and say, no, that's not relevant to them. I need to serve. And when I serve and when I am in a place of service, then people want to do business with me. It's attractive to do business with me, and I have no shame receiving that money.
Now, as far as like when you're doing the portraits and you're talking about the power poses, is that something you have them do before you start taking the pictures, or is that the actual pictures you're taking of them?
So my sessions are normally about an hour and a half to 2 hours long.
Okay.
And so what I normally find is the first 45 minutes, I almost deliver no images from that. And so I normally have several sets, and it's literally, especially people that aren't comfortable in front of a camera, it's getting them comfortable. And so I don't have them power pose beforehand, but I do have them sit with my hair and makeup artist who is spending about an hour and a half on their hair and makeup and putting them in a mindset of I'm comfortable, I'm beautiful, this is good. Because like, I don't think hair and makeup are critically important. In fact, I'm not wearing it right now because it's actually the confidence shift in the person. And if you can generate that without the hair and makeup, awesome. That's pretty much what I do all the time. But at the same time, when you're getting on camera and you're not comfortable in front of a camera, sitting and being pampered for an hour and a half is awesome. And so there's definitely some of that. And then there's just the real reality that I tend to not deliver a lot of the images from the beginning. And normally about 45 minutes in, somebody believes and there's a shift. Okay. I was photographing a realtor on Monday and it was about at that 45-minute mark. And I showed her the back of my camera and she said, "Oh my gosh, I look like a real realtor." Oh. And I was like, "Well, of course you're a real estate agent." Like, she's like, "No, I look like a real estate agent." And I'm like, "Yeah." And so, and I mean, she ended up buying that image because it made her feel, it communicated, I am a real estate agent that is credible and I can get it done. And so it's amazing because like during a session, I see people come alive. And it is through the power posing, and mainly, I mean, I'm directing people in posing during their session, which tells their body that they're competent, and then they feel competent and they're ready to serve. Okay. So it's a really interesting dynamic. There's a lot of mirroring. So when I feel confident and capable of taking an image, then they feel capable of being in an image. And then when that image is shown, that person feels confident in making those buying decisions for them. So it's kind of real cool. Fun. So, it's a lot of fun.
As they start off, it's almost like they're doing a warm up for their confidence.
I actually call it that. I'm like, yeah, that's just a warm up set. And it's really funny because I always start my sessions the exact same way. And I almost never use those images. It's just like, this is what I do. This is how I get my mojo going. They get theirs. And it's really amazing. A lot of people want a headshot. They come in, you know, I only need one image. Okay. But the one image in the first 10 minutes of your session versus the one image, you know, an hour and a half into your session, they're going to be totally different because you're going to look that much more amazing an hour and a half from now than you are in the first 10 minutes. So it's really interesting how it all works out.
The hair and makeup part, is that like just an added bonus to doing the photography? Like, is that a requirement? Is that always part of the packages?
It's basically always part of the packages, at least for females. If you're like really particular about how your hair and makeup is, then I will. It's always included, so you never get to pay less for less hair and makeup because I either spend it with the hair and makeup artist or I spend it on retouching because she does some things for me that makes it easier to retouch.
Is it the same price for men versus women, or do you have different packages?
So I do have the same price, but I encourage men to bring their spouse
Okay.
because their spouse is going to look amazing and feel amazing.
Okay.
And it's just a nice bonus in there. Um, there is an element of guys not quite needing as much hair and makeup. But like, especially what I see, and the reason I do it for their spouse is because I see the guys come alive when their spouse looks amazing.
Okay.
Because for guys, it's much more, it can be much more of a, wow, I'm with her. And that's what that shift in confidence is. So obviously, if you don't have someone in your life, we can talk all that. But when the guy sees his wife looking amazing, then he's like, heck yeah, I'm here. So it's a fun thing.
Okay. And then as far as, I know you were telling me a little while ago about a special promotion you're going to be doing regarding Christmas cards and the whole package deal. You want to share that?
Oh, absolutely. So one of the things that I'm offering right now is actually a Christmas card special, because one of the best ways that we can show our clients that we value them is by making those personal connections in a non-salesy way. And so I'm actually offering a session for the next few weeks. I think it's probably going to be till about the first week of November. And it's going to include your hair and makeup session. It's going to include the full shooting time. It's going to include 100 Christmas cards that I send out for you. And so essentially, you send me a spreadsheet with your list of people, and I get it done. So I design the Christmas card for you, you approve it, and then I get it sent out for you. And that can actually, that's kind of a full service method that I do. Now you get one image for your Christmas card. It'll be hard to pick that one image. And obviously this is a great time to get your headshots, other things for other branding, but this specific package does include those Christmas cards, which really allows you to connect to your current client base and show that you value those relationships. Okay. All like just to stay top of mind, because I know especially with real estate agents, staying top of mind is kind of a thing, because you never know when somebody's going to list their house. You never know when they're looking at buying a house and when they have a friend that's going to buy a house. And so making that connection at regular intervals really helps your referral rate, because then you're staying up at the top, and they go, oh, I know Drew, he's a great realtor or real estate agent. And making those consistent connections is what's going to get you the referral business that you're looking for.
Excellent. Now, do you have any tips that you could take from photography to someone doing videos? Because I know video is becoming the big way to communicate nowadays. Any good power postures or things to think of?
Definitely the power posture, and I would say rehearsing what you're about to say in your mind beforehand. This entire morning, I have been talking to myself and going through like what's important to say. And even though I don't have like an exact script or anything right now, I've been rehearsing and I've been talking with my hands. Talking with your hands is actually, it makes you really powerful, because people know that you believe what you're saying. So I would say definitely, do the 2-minute power pose, get into an attitude of service. How can I serve this audience? And then talk about a subject that you're passionate about, because then that transfers through, establishes you as an expert on a topic, and allows you to speak forward.
Excellent. Now, last part, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do so?
They can email me at hello@jenrobertson.com.
Okay.
And that's JENROBERSON.
Okay.
.com.
Very good. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Is there anything else that I should have asked that you want to share with anyone watching?
Goodness, you've been great. I really appreciate allowing me to come in. I would say just, and whether you choose to go with me or another photographer, find a photographer that like knows what they're doing. Because I will say, if you go into a shoot and the photographer seems iffy, then that energy that they have creates that energy in you.
Definitely.
I know something I struggle with is I have a very hard time finding people that I feel are good enough to photograph me, partially because I'm really good. But if like emotions are contagious.
Yeah.
So if they're worrying about their lights, don't seem like they know what they're doing, then that's going to shift to you. And then that's going to shift to your viewers, and nobody's buying anything, which is not. And so I would say a good portrait photographer, hey, like they are worth every dime, and they pay for themselves, because you're actually talking about the opportunity cost of that conversion ratio of that image. Like if one image gets you 4 leads and the other image gets you 2, that's massive dollars right there.
Okay.
And so spending $250 on an image that's going to get you leads is a much better investment than, you know, spending $200 on a session and getting, you know, a bunch of images that you don't feel confident in. So yeah, I would say be willing to invest in a competent professional, whether it's me or somebody else, but somebody who really knows what they're doing and who can really make you feel comfortable, because your emotions at that exact time that the camera goes off is what's going to be transferred to your client. If you don't feel amazing when you leave your session, that's not going to serve you.
Okay. And if somebody wanted to see some examples of pictures you've taken in the past, do they just reach out to you?
Yeah, I can definitely, I have a website, jenrobertson.com, but I can definitely, I need to update my images on that because I have better ones more recently. But yes, they can definitely reach out to me at that hello@jenrobertson.com. Also, my phone number is 843-452-6686.
Excellent. Very good. And of course, I have your permission to share this with other realtors in my agency and just wherever I see fit, right?
Absolutely.
This is good information that everyone needs to know. So you have a great day, and
you too.
I'll chat with you later.
All right. Thank you, Drew.
Okay. Thank you. Bye, Jen.
Bye.